customers spend their money with you, why? A quick visit to the Heaven on Earth Country Store and Arentinian chimichurri sauce for you today. Stick around!
Welcome to Business Edge Radio, the show that gives you tips, tricks, tools, and techniques about how to build a more profitable business while at the same time creating your perfect lifestyle. It's a show about working less and living more. A few golden nuggets, a little bit of wisdom, and over 35 years of business experience to help you keep your edge. Lifestyle entrepreneur, best-selling author, internationally renowned business speaker, and daddy of three, Mitche Graf brings the heat with actionable techniques for building the business and lifestyle of your dreams. Now your host, Mitche Graf.
Well, happy day, Unleashed Tribe. I hope that you are having a perfect 10 days so far today, and that the sun is shining wherever you are in this wonderful world. On today's show, we are going to be discussing the reasons why somebody would want to spend their hard-earned money with you instead of the guy down the road. And I will also share a recipe that will make you want to start cooking right now, but I'm going to make you wait till the end of the show for that. Regardless of what you're selling, I can guarantee there is somebody else out there selling it cheaper, selling it better, and selling it faster than you. So why would customers want to pay more for your products and services? Well, the key is in your perceived value, and customers need to think they will get more from you than the guy down the street. And therein lies the challenge in today's show. Welcome to another edition of Business Edge Radio, where we discuss all things business and life, the ultimate brainstorming session for your life. I am your host, Mitche Graf, and I am very excited about the show today, so let's get started. I want to take you on a journey to a place where everything is perfect, where there's no stress or worry, and the streets are made of cheese. It's a place where you can buy anything, do anything, and be anything you want to be. This place is called your mind, and it's the most powerful tool we have been given. Imagine it's a beautiful, warm Saturday afternoon in the fall, and you decide to go for a drive in the country. With all the hustle and bustle of everyday life, you don't get this opportunity as much as you would like, but today is your day. Along the way, you notice that the leaves on the trees next to the road and on the hillside are slowly beginning to softly fall to the ground as they create a bed of color on the pavement in front of you. With the window down, you can feel the wind tickling your face, and you can smell the mustiness of fall. The sun is directly in front of you, and as the sun hits your face, you feel the warmth of its touch. You come to a road that will take you down to a little lake, and you take notice of the fact there's no cars on the road coming or going. The road is yours. As you approach the lake, you find a place to park your car, and you notice two little stores next to the road. Your eyes first are attracted to the rustic-looking brown building on the right. You notice the broken rain gutter that is filled with moldy leaves from last season, and the grass hasn't been cut for quite some time. There's a bike laying on its side in front, and you can tell that it's seen its better days. The handlebars are covered with rust, and several of the spokes are missing from the rear tire. The dark brown paint that is around the windows and door is beginning to chip from age, and there's a couple of spiders that have made their home in the upper corner. The sign above the door reads Lakeside Quick Mart. The smaller sign in the window above the spider webs reads Lemonade, 50 cents, and cookies, 10 for $1. Your eyes then meander to the little white building on the other side of the road. There are bright red geraniums neatly planted in oak barrels that are placed along a cobblestone walkway leading up to the front entrance. The white picket fence that surrounds the entire building has tulips all around, and a post office box in the shape of a trout sits atop a cast iron stake. On top of the building, a freshly painted sign reads Heaven on Earth Country Store, with beautiful blues and greens and yellows throughout, and then a smaller sign below with the words Where Friends Meet. It almost makes you feel like you're at Grandma's house when you were little, safe, kind, and friendly. You notice a small sign in the window that says, Hand Squeeze Country-Style Lemonade, made fresh this morning, only $2 a glass. Your mouth begins to water as you imagine drinking that glass of hand-squeezed country-style fresh lemonade. The side windows are cracked open just enough that you can smell the fresh chocolate chip cookies that must have been pulled out of the oven 10 seconds before. You would pay just about anything to have a bite of one of those cookies right now. You pause for a moment and glance at the brown building on the right side of the road, and then you glance back at the white building on the left side. You must make a choice of where to go. What's it gonna be? Your mind is made up. You are going to... Was there any really doubt at all as to which business you were going to be going to? I don't think so. And it didn't matter that the price was more, did it? It came down to the image that each of these businesses created in your mind. And once that impression is made, it is virtually impossible to change how our customers feel. The Quick Mart may have had the best cookies in the world, but they sure didn't create much desire on our part to give them a try for any price. The same process happens with your business. Judgments are made long before you speak the first words to your prospect. You may have something great, but if you don't have a way of letting people know about it and create a high perceived value, you're going to fail. Pricing is a very interesting part of a customer's perception. If you're known to be the lowest priced business in your market, you will never be associated with high quality or great service. If you walked onto a car dealership and saw a BMW for the price of a Ford Escort, you would be leery and suspicious. Something must be wrong with it to be priced so low. The opposite is also true. If a Volkswagen were on sale for the price of a Mercedes-Benz, there wouldn't be any takers. A few years ago, I had an old riding lawnmower that I wanted to sell, and I took an ad out in the local paper asking $50. It had seen its better days, but it still ran great and cut just fine. I just didn't want to be bothered with the hassle of trying to sell it. A week went by, not a single call. Second week came and went, nothing. By the third weekend, I began to realize what was taking place, and I raised the price to $200. And bam, the calls started coming in like crazy, and I got the asking price. When I asked $50, people thought there must be something wrong with it, and that's why there was not any takers. We always expect to pay more for good quality and great service. No questions asked. When you go out for a nice meal, complete with soft candlelight and romantic music playing, with a gourmet wine selection, and those hand-carved chocolate bunnies for dessert, you expect to pay a premium fee. We call this selling the sizzle with the steak. When you want something quick and easy, without the glamour and the glitz, you will pay substantially less. How do people perceive your business? Are you the intimate little bistro where you would expect to spend $100 on a nice meal? Or are you the drive-thru where $2.95 will get you the works? More importantly, where do you want to be in the future? There will always be plenty of business at the bottom of the pile, but it comes with a very high price. The old saying, it sure is lonely at the top, but the lunches are much better. If we show up 10 minutes late for a meeting wearing flip-flops and a t-shirt, it shows the customer we don't value ourselves very much. So why would we expect them to value us? If you want to be a Cadillac, act like a Cadillac, dress like a Cadillac, and project an image like a Cadillac. If people like you and refer others to you, that has tremendous value. It means there is a demand for your time, which means you can charge more for your product and services. You cannot not brand your business, just like you cannot not communicate. If someone calls you and you answer the phone, you are branding. If somebody calls you and you don't answer the phone, you are still branding your business. If your business card is wrinkled and stained and is in the shape of your butt, you are communicating a message. And positioning comes down to how others view you. It's in the way you shake hands, the way your voice sounds on the phone, how you look, how you talk. It's as much style as it is substance. And the best marketing plan costs you absolutely nothing. When you go to a store to buy something, you aren't just buying a product, you are buying a perception that that product is going to fill a need that you have. If you want to be viewed as a professional, you must act, dress, and be a professional. Don't walk into an important meeting with a 50-cent pen and expect them to spend $5,000 with you. Something as simple as a pen can paint a picture in your client's mind, either a positive or negative one. If you're the $99 gets you everything guy, then a 50-cent pen will be more than enough. But if you have bigger fish to fry, you need to be aware of what is happening. We'll be back for more of today's episode right after these words from our wonderful marketing partners. Hi there. This is Mitche Graf, the host of Business Edge Radio. Would you do me a couple of very big favors? First, I invite you to subscribe, rate, and review the show on iTunes. This will help other forward thinkers just like you discover the show. Second, I ask that you share the show on your social media platforms. And third, I would love it if you connected with us on social at Unleashed Tribe on Facebook and Instagram, or log on to powermarketing101.com to find more great resources. If you could do this for me, you would be a superhero in my book, and I would be eternally grateful. This episode is being brought to you by the School of Hard Knocks. If you're anything like me, you know many people who have wounds and scars from battles won and lost in their life. We've all heard it said before that, oh, he or she is a student at the School of Hard Knocks, or the best lessons I've ever learned are from the School of Hard Knocks. Well, this prestigious university has some of the best alumni in the entire world, and the curriculum is more difficult than Stanford Medical School. You can't apply for admission, and you don't get to pick your classes. We all know that special person who always seems to be hit with adversity and obstacles, but always comes out the other end with a smile. Now, there's a special gift that is unlike anything they've ever received. As we all know, the School of Hard Knocks has one of the most difficult curriculum of any school in the world, and you now can give the gift of a PhD from this prestigious university. This authentic-looking diploma is printed on the same high-quality paper that the top schools in the world use for their diplomas, and comes with an official gold foil seal that will look great framed in any room. Signed by both the president of Perpetual Hard Knocks as well as the dean of adversity, this PhD degree will light up any room and become the center of conversation. The diploma reads PhD in Street Smarts and Learning the Hard Way, with a minor in Picking Yourself Up by the Bootstraps. This hard-fought degree is indeed a gift that money cannot buy. Get one for your spouse, for your boss, your parent, your best friend. Give them the gift that money can't buy today. For a limited time, when you place your order at www.schoolofhardknocks.net, you'll receive a special Business Edge Radio discount of 20% at checkout when you enter the code word EDGE. Once again, 20% off your first order when you use the code EDGE at checkout. And to sweeten the pot just a little bit more, I'm also going to include a complimentary digital copy of High Voltage Branding, Go From Ordinary to Extraordinary, as my gift to you. www.schoolofhardknocks.net. That's www.schoolofhardknocks.net. Get one for that person in your life who seems to have everything, or heck, get one for yourself. You've earned it. In today's business world, it is vitally important that you understand what I call the 7 pillars of business success, which are lifestyle design, time management, branding, sales, marketing, pricing, and social media. Regardless of what industry you're in, and whether you have a brick and mortar or you're only online, having a solid foundation in these skill sets will set you up for success down the road. And to personally help you with your journey, I've come out with the Business Edge podcast, which you're listening to right this second, and I've also written a book that I can highly recommend called Business Basics Bootcamp, the Ultimate Crash Course, now available on Amazon.com, and will give you the 30,000-foot view of all these topics and many, many more. You know, reading is something that is slowly being replaced by videos and audiobooks or just scrolling through your newsfeed on social media, but I've always found reading to be kind of an escape from whatever is happening in the world. This book will help you slow down just a little bit so you can get your business house in order, so to speak, and get your creative juices a-flowing. Log on to Amazon.com today and get your copy of Business Basics Bootcamp, the Ultimate Crash Course. You can search my name, Mitche Graf, or search the title of the book. In the dog-eat-dog world of business success, the weak will perish and the strong will survive. Which will you be? I love a group called Mannheim Steamroller and their leader Chip Davis. Many of you may recognize the name, and if not, you would be familiar with their music if you heard it on the radio, especially around the holidays. You can walk into just about any music store year-round and find a display of their music, and it's never on sale. What they do to motivate us to purchase is they will include a free CD of holiday music, or will send you a free barbecue sauce kit, or a large tin of gourmet hot chocolate. I'm one of those people who will always look for the unique and different, and their approach to branding is just that. With millions of album sales to their credit, I'm surprised more musicians aren't borrowing this technique. From personal experience, I can tell you that the barbecue sauce goes great with chicken, and the hot chocolate is wonderful on those cold nights in front of the fire. Here's a rule of thumb that I encourage you to make part of the fabric of your business. Don't discount. Give stuff away. Let me say that again. Don't discount. Give stuff away. When you discount, you penalize good customers and attract the price shoppers. Instead of offering some sort of discount that attracts clients to your business and diminishes the perceived value of your products, give them something for free that adds value to their purchase or brings some joy to their lives. The fun part for you as a high-voltage branding wizard, you can do anything you want. Just make sure it's something they can't get from one of your competitors. That way, you continue to gain ownership of your hook and category each and every day. Obviously, whatever you do needs to make financial sense, and only you know what your restrictions and limitations are going to be. One thing you will find as you begin to brainstorm and come up with creative marketing and branding programs is that you're going to have some good ideas, some not so good ideas, and just some bad ideas. But you got to be willing to try them all. Whether you are the big pen in your market or a cross pen, and there's plenty of room for both, adding value to your customers' lives should be the most important aspect of your branding philosophy. There's always a way to add value, whether it's real or perceived. The most difficult part of the wonderful world of branding is in learning to understand the way the world works around us, the way perceptions are created and judgments are made about you and by you, how value and perceived value is ultimately controlled by you, and how the entire process begins with the creative juices that only you can provide. Your brainstorming can lead to incredible breakthroughs for your business and for your life. Let's say you have a product in your business that sells for $100, or should I say you want it to sell for $100. Through all of your marketing efforts and advertising and promotional pieces and positioning and image creation, you want customers to flock to your business, whether it be physical or online, and pay $100 for, let's say, a black supersonic what's-a-who's-it. Now, whether you are successful at selling the black supersonic what's-a-who's-it is completely dependent on the value or perceived value it has to your client. Basically, one of three marketing phenomena is going to take place. First, your client's perception of your widget is only $50, in which case you would have to discount by 50% in order to have a successful campaign. This is a popular technique before the holidays, or after the holidays for many chain stores. They motivate us with a very deep discount to lure us into the confines of their store in the hopes that you're going to purchase something more than the item that's 50% off. Grocery stores are famous for this technique. They'll run an ad for $1.49 on milk, or 29-cent black olives, or ears of corn 10 for $1. And on your way to the farthest corner of the store to pick up your gallon of milk, you're going to pass large end cap displays with 600 rolls of paper towels, or 1,000 cans of pumpkin pie filling, or cordial cherries for 99 cents. And you can rest assured that those items carry with them a nice profit margin. The stores know intimately through all their marketing research that for every 10 gallons of milk they sell for $1.49, they're going to sell a fair number of other products as well. They make up for the discount on milk with sales from other high-profit items. This technique is called using a loss leader to attract customers into a door that can easily be adapted to any small business. Second, a customer's perception of your widget is right at $100. Not more, not less. Right at $100. This is strategically worked to perfection by companies like Starbucks, Apple, and Tesla. They create a demand for their products in such a way that we will gladly pay the asking price, just so we can be associated with that product. It's more about our image and making us feel special than it is about the price that we pay. They have made us believe that the price really isn't that important. We want to belong to the club, so to speak. When you go to buy a Tesla, the asking price is also the selling price. No dickering, no negotiating. If you want to drive a Tesla and belong to their brand, that's the price. If you're a buckhead, someone who likes to get their coffee at Starbucks, the same dynamic is at play. Or third, you manage to create a perceived value in the mind of the customer, some point more than $100. Maybe it's $120, maybe it's $150, maybe it's $200 or more. The greater the discrepancy between the selling price and the perceived value, the higher the level of motivation that your customer will have and the greater the level of sales that you'll have. This is done primarily by adding value to their purchase. And the sky really is the limit here. And the more creative you get, the better your response will be. And remember one of the basic rules of marketing. Either you are unique and different, or you are out of business. Find out what everybody else is doing, and then don't do that. Run as fast as you can in the opposite direction. This is how you guarantee that you will separate yourself from the rest of the pack. Look at the infomercials on TV. They will spend the first 25 minutes of the show creating a value in our minds for $19.95. And most of the time, we probably believe that the product is worth that much. Then suddenly, they sweeten the pot and say, if you call in the next 7 minutes, we will include a second one absolutely free. Just pay shipping and handling charges. You see it time and time again, so obviously it works, or they wouldn't continue to do it. If the value in the mind of the customer is greater than your asking price, boom! You have a great chance of making a sale. The bottom line in all of this is simple. Always give your customers value that is greater than the price they pay. And that's the question of the day. How can you create value in your products and services, whether it be perceived or real, that motivates people to want to do business with you? Perceived value is strongly influenced by emotion, ego, personal image, things that are intangible and should all be considered in your marketing and branding programs. One thing you'll find as you begin to brainstorm and come up with creative marketing programs is that you are going to have some good and bad ideas, but you got to be willing to try them all. Whether you are at the top of your market or somewhere in the middle, and there is plenty of room for both, adding value to your customers' lives should be one of the most important aspects of your branding philosophy. There's always a way to add value. Not everyone can be a Cadillac. In fact, there's only one. And not everybody wants to buy a Cadillac. Some people want to buy a Lexus or a BMW or a minivan or a Ford Escort. And it is okay to borrow other ideas from within your industry or outside your industry. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. You just need an idea that already exists so you can customize it to meet your personality and your business style. Since you can't be all things to all people, find out what you are good at and make that your trademark and your personal stamp. The day of jack of all trades is long gone, and the age of specialization is upon us. Whatever position or niche you want to occupy in the customer's mind, everything you do should be with that in mind and be consistent with your overall goals and objectives. We have the honor and privilege to not only sell fine products and services to our customers, but to sell ourselves as well. Believing in yourself and your abilities as a branding powerhouse can bring you rewards too great to number. The challenge of creating effective branding programs that position yourself in exactly the place where you want to be can be difficult, but also one of the most fulfilling and rewarding feelings you will ever have. But you have to be willing to run away from the rest of the crowd. Separating yourself from the rest of the pack is never easy, but it can take you to places never dreamed of if you are willing to take the risk. We'll be back for more of today's episode right after these words from our wonderful marketing partners. This episode is being brought to you by the School of Hard Knocks. If you're anything like me, you know many people who have wounds and scars from battles won and lost in their life. We've all heard it said before that, oh, he or she is a student at the School of Hard Knocks, or the best lessons I've ever learned are from the School of Hard Knocks. Well, this prestigious university has some of the best alumni in the entire world, and the curriculum is more difficult than Stanford Medical School. You can't apply for admission, and you don't get to pick your classes. We all know that special person who always seems to be hit with adversity and obstacles, but always comes out the other end with a smile. Now, there's a special gift that is unlike anything they've ever received. As we all know, the School of Hard Knocks has one of the most difficult curriculum of any school in the world, and you now can give the gift of a PhD from this prestigious university. This authentic-looking diploma is printed on the same high-quality paper that the top schools in the world use for their diplomas and comes with an official gold foil seal that will look great framed in any room. Signed by both the president of Perpetual Hard Knocks as well as the dean of adversity, This PhD degree will light up any room and become the center of conversation. The diploma reads PhD in Street Smarts and Learning the Hard Way with a minor in Picking Yourself Up by the Bootstraps. This hard-fought degree is indeed a gift that money cannot buy. Get one for your spouse, for your boss, your parent, your best friend. Give them the gift that money can't buy today. For a limited time, when you place your order at www.schoolofhardknocks.net, you'll receive a special Business Edge Radio discount of 20% at checkout when you enter the code word EDGE. Once again, 20% off your first order when you use the code EDGE at checkout. And to sweeten the pot just a little bit more, I'm also going to include a complimentary digital copy of High Voltage Branding, Go From Ordinary to Extraordinary, as my gift to you. www.schoolofhardknocks.net. That's www.schoolofhardknocks.net. Get one for that person in your life who seems to have everything, or heck, get one for yourself. You've earned it. In today's business world, it is vitally important that you understand what I call the 7 pillars of business success, which are lifestyle design, time management, branding, sales, marketing, pricing, and social media. Regardless of what industry you're in, and whether you have a brick and mortar or you're only online, having a solid foundation in these skill sets will set you up for success down the road. And to personally help you with your journey, I've come out with the Business Edge podcast, which you're listening to right this second, and I've also written a book that I can highly recommend called Business Basics Bootcamp, the ultimate crash course, now available on Amazon.com, and will give you the 30,000-foot view of all these topics and many, many more. You know, reading is something that is slowly being replaced by videos and audiobooks or just scrolling through your newsfeed on social media, but I've always found reading to be kind of an escape from whatever is happening in the world. This book will help you slow down just a little bit so you can get your business house in order, so to speak, and get your creative juices a-flowing. Log on to Amazon.com today and get your copy of Business Basics Bootcamp, the ultimate crash course. You can search my name, Mitche Graf, or search the title of the book. In the dog-eat-dog world of business success, the weak will perish and the strong will survive. Which will you be? Now it's time for Cookin' Corner with Mitch, where I share with you a tantalizing recipe that you can try at home this week. Today, we are going to be making a beautiful chimichurri sauce. And if you're not familiar with chimichurri, it's an Arentinian uncooked herb sauce. Chimichurri is served with steak or other grilled meats, with chicken, with roast beef. You can mix it into your rice and make a nice fragrant herb pilaf. You can use it as an aioli or a flavored mayonnaise, as a salad dressing, or you can use it in your favorite way. Or you can use it the way that my family likes to use it, as a garnish on our family street taco night here at the Graf House. First step, grab yourself a nice adult beverage and some of that fresh lemonade from Heaven on Earth Country Store. Open up your food processor and add the following ingredients: 1 bunch of parsley, 1 bunch of cilantro, 4 cloves of raw garlic, 1/2 of your favorite onion variety, 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, 1 teaspoon of fresh oregano or dried oregano, 1/4 cup red wine vinegar, 3/4 cup of olive oil, salt and pepper to taste, and if you like things a little spicy, add about 1/2 of a seeded jalapeno into your mixture. Give it a nice tumble in the processor for about 30 to 45 seconds. Pour it into a bowl, and you will have the perfect sauce for just about any occasion. Give it a try on crackers, in your scrambled eggs, as a pasta sauce, or as I like it, by the spoonful. Don't tell my wife. Well, that will do it for this edition of Business Edge Radio. My parting shot today is this: what's money? A man is a success if he gets up in the morning and goes to bed at night, and in between does what he wants to. Bob Dylan. Until next time, this is Mitche Graf reminding you to live with passion. I'll catch you later.
Thanks for hanging out with Business Edge Radio. If you enjoyed today's show, we invite you to subscribe, rate, and review. Then hop on over to www.mitchegraf.com to get even more meat and potatoes. We also invite you to follow the show at facebook.com/Unleashed Tribe. The most valuable asset that any of us has is our time. And we thank you for choosing to spend some of your precious time with us.